Well, we're going to start to look at this now. This is the mount for the telescope. We need to try and get this apart. As far as I can tell, is 2 screws there which take this off, 4 there which take this off, and 3 in there which should take this off. And then we can have a look inside and see what it's like. So we'll start here at the top. I've already soaked these screws in WD-40, so hopefully they'll be relatively easy to get out. Get that in there. And we'll see what sort of damage we can find. So, there's that bit off to start off with. It looks like it's just, just covered in mud. Looks like I may have to try and get this piece off. I'm not sure yet how you go about that. But you can see dust and muck in there. So we'll try and get this off next. Seems like WD-40's done its trick. Ah, shorter screws, so we need to keep these separate. This will be awkward. There we go. That's that one out. These are all coming out relatively easy. Another one out, and last one. There we go. And that should bring this cover off. Oh, we can certainly see some of the mess inside of here. You can see we can see that now, and the rust that's there on that little circuit board. Let's see if we can get this bit off. This looks like it may slide over this, but that means that would have to come off, but we'll give it a try. This is probably going to be the worst section, I would think. That's that one out. Come on, there we go. And the final one's here. This was very rusty. There we go. That's that one out. Oh, I see, it just, right. Oh dear. Let's get these 3 screws out. That's that one. That one. and that one. That's those three out. Well, you can see there's some staining on there. There's three more bigger Phillips screws here, and you can see the other motor that's in there. So it's just still a bad mess. You've got all this here is rusty. So that's as far I'm going to go just on this little section. I'm going to have to soak these screws now and see what happens when you lift that up, and then we can have a look underneath. So we'll see what we do next. Okay, I've managed to get this top piece off. I have to remove these two here, which, as you can see there, there's some staining. There was some rust on the screws, and when I lifted this up, this is what I found. Can't get it fully off. There we go. It's fiddly. This is the underside, full of grit, soil, and God knows what. Finally, to get the rest of this off, there's obviously 4 screws there which release this part here, so this comes away. Then you can get this off, and you can get at the circuitry that's underneath. Just there is one of the drive motors, and just on top of it, might be difficult to see, is the encoder, but it is pretty filthy. So a bit problematic, but we will persist with it and see where we get. So we'll call it quits on this little section of the video, and when I find out how to get into the back of here, we'll start again. Well, we're nearly most of the way into this now, so what I've done, I've taken this piece off which covers this motor at the top here. This is your altitude motor, or your declination if you're in a different mode. So is that off. This back piece was a struggle to get out, and unfortunately got broken here, and part of the bolt is still in there, but it enables me to get to these bolts here. You can see those, and that top piece will come off. Well, the first thing we've got to do is just take this motor out, and there's 3 bolts there which hold that in. Now we can take this top off. I'm trying to leave all the cabling connected so I know where it goes. So we're just going to set about trying to get this this motor out. And that's actually fairly easy. That's that one. Hopefully this will just come off of the unit, and then we can see if this top here will actually turn properly, or whether it's seized up. Come on. That'll do. And then there's one here. And we can put this to one side. Leave that there. All bolts into there. Now we can just look at these 4, these bolts here, which will then get this off. And these are coming off, I think, fairly reasonable. Now they're longer bolts than those other ones, so we can just put them in the same box. That's that one out. There's 2 more to go and this thing should come apart. I'm going to have to try and get this rusted bolt out at some point. Not to worry about that in a bit. And this should enable us to get a really good look at what is in the base of this. There we go. Now this one's stiff. Oh, this is really stiff to come out. There we go. And that gets that off. Ah, you see that now, that's actually moving freely. So that's good. Put that to one side. This should now allow us to lift off this completely. Well, not completely, most of the way off. So I'm just going to take you off the tripod for a minute. And there we have this inside. And it's just a matter of now is having a look at this little circuit board here, marking everything up as to where it goes, so it can all be just plugged back in together again. And having a look at this motor, which is your azimuth or right ascension motor, and see if this is still going to be working. Because if this has failed, then this is knackered. But we shall see. So I'm just going to call it quits on this little video, and in the next one that comes along in the series we'll start stripping this apart and hopefully getting it cleaned up and back into working condition. So I will get onto that when I can. Bye for now.